First bounce it takes.
Looks like
where it's completely hidden by the goalkeeper's back.
Good defending from Koke there to
roll through the middle of the defence. Here we're going to see this first bounce. There.
It has to be the whole of the ball, though.
Yeah,
I'm not convinced.
Hard
man that he has a reputation for being. He certainly would have taken out of the air quickly by Claudio Bravo, and then he sends Neymar on his way on that far side. Barca look to exploit the fact that Sevilla had so many players forward. Neymar's being held up, and Sevilla having time to attack down the right. Jordi Alba goes across to help, and now Neymar can look to break. He's shadowed by Crondelli. Crondelli's managed to tread on the ball and win possession back, and Koke picks.
It's like muscle problem. I think he probably would have got an okay reception in Turin, but one game, if you're going to choose a game to be injured for.
Just interchange of passes. Neymar on that far side looking to take on Koke as Nzonzi goes across to cover. Rakitic on the edge of the area picks it up. Looks to just dumb in, then he plays it through to Luis Suarez, and that's
much more open game. You know, maybe for the last few years we've seen Barca just asphyxiate their rivals just by having 75-80% of the ball, but I'd love to see the possession stats for this game. It's always hard to sort of guess what they are, but I bet it's something like 55-45 as opposed to 70-30.
Yeah, without Iniesta and Messi as outlets. Game which has seen Sevilla defend well. Both sides have certainly had their chances, but Sevilla may argue they've certainly had more, even though most of their chances have been off target. But
they've had more, but Barca have been clearer, yeah.
And the corner now swung in. Well up by Krychowiak as the referee decides it. Neymar was just one-on-one now before he can release a shot. The Brazilian now crowded out. He still tries to get his shot away with his left foot, and it's off Koke and away for the first corner of this second half with under a minute.
We should have done a wee bit better. Looks as if we've caught in two minds there.
Neymar goes across and takes the corner himself and flicks it into the near post. And it's nodded on. Barca imposing themselves at the other end, having had to defend the set pieces in the first. Sevilla saw Sevilla sent Pedro. Was it a funny sale for you, or?
I think it's obvious that Pedro wanted to play more. You know, with hindsight, if he'd have known that Iniesta and Messi were going to pick up it.
Yeah. The English press followed and began to follow.
Oh, you used to be able to. It's great because I live 5 minutes walk away. You used to be able to go into.
There's Munir. Looks to try and open things up for Barca. He finds Neymar, who's in an unusual central position, but his drive from 25 yards, around 20 metres away from Sergio Rico's goal, is a poor one for Jordi Alba. Alba into Suarez, and his crafty pass finds Neymar, and Sergio Rico. Field replacements for players that have left and were injured, and their squad's therefore been a little bit short, but Neymar looking to get Barca back into things here, and he's crowded out and then gets a fine shot in.
What a good lead, you can see.
The keeper just...
It's a great save.
The keeper moving his position to pull themselves back into this game and try and take at least a point. There's Neymar once again. The crowd of once again pushed up Neymar.
I'll tell you, I can see Jose Antonio Reyes coming on soon for Barca.
Offers Dani Alves, who hasn't really been too involved since coming as a substitute minutes ago. His cross, and the Sevilla custodian goes to ground just to calm things down after a few minutes of Barca pressure. There's the replay of
player.
Yeah, and he's certainly been very industrious today, leading the front line for Sevilla. Neymar looks to do the same, but he's surrounded by 4 Sevilla players, but he managed to get it out from under his feet and finds Sandro. Has a chance to halve Barca's deficit and pull them back into the game and test Sevilla's nerve.
But I suppose it quite clearly hits his hand, you know, that's the whole thing. But what is he trying to stick his hand out to the ball, or is it ball to hand? That's the big debate there.
Ooh. And Neymar scores just beyond the reach of Sergio Rico, and Barca back in the game. Penalty decision again, and then the...
It's a very much a get out of jail free card, that, isn't it, for Barca?
Neymar pulling Barca back into it, and in the 74th.
Is it in the area or outside? If it's on the line, then it is a penalty.
The nerves certainly getting to Sevilla's. Real impression, the former Athletic Club de Bilbao and Juventus striker as Mason's coming on. Wasn't much in that. Crondelli just leaving his in the area for Barca, but they try it with Neymar, and the flick back to Jordi Alba.
Get too close to me. That's a little keeper's trick there. Alba didn't enjoy it much. Look at that. Whee.
He encounters. Vitolo does well to just nudge Jordi Alba. Neymar backtracking and putting in a shift for his team. That'll be the Brazilian who looks to get Barca going once again into the feet of Luis Suarez. Neymar unable to pick it up as Cron. A lot more effort as they've had certainly the last 15 minutes.